Anyway, Mr. Secretary, you have mentioned about the adjustments with regards to Horizon 1 and Horizon 2 entry. Now, on the onset, ano po yung mga adjustments na gagawin natin in relation to the focus now of the AFP?
Unang-una po, kailangan may stress po tayo sa command and control din, at interoperability ng mga equipment na binili nung araw. Kailangan nag-uusap-usap itong mga to at nagbibigay ng clear picture sa command authorities na makadeside. Pangalawa po, kailangan kung mag-a-acquire tayo ng kagamitan.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Secretary, you have mentioned about the adjustments with regards to Horizon 1 and Horizon 2 entry. Now, on the onset, ano po yung mga adjustments na gagawin natin in relation to the focus now of the AFP?
Unang-una po, kailangan may stress po tayo sa command and control din, at interoperability ng mga equipment na binili nung araw. Kailangan nag-uusap-usap itong mga to at nagbibigay ng clear picture sa command authorities na makadeside. Pangalawa po, kailangan kung mag-a-acquire tayo ng kagamitan.
This is a remix. Prepare for launch in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back mga ka-Big Boss. Please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, ang The Big Boss 101, ang pobreng Shift TV, Sibuyanon channel, and ang Rumblumanon Vloggers. Thank you!
Maituturing daw na pinakamalakas na
Kailangan kung mag-a-acquire tayo ng kagamitan, it will really make a difference, particularly in quantity. For example po, kung bibili po tayo ng 12 fighter, 12 lang, bakit pa? Kailangan at least 30, 40. Other countries, kung bumili ng fighter 70, 80, 90, it makes a difference. Kung bibili tayo ng, for example, fighter, kailangan meron sufficient munitions and fuel, ito na mag-last ng 30 hanggang 40 diyan.
Madam Chair, ito naman, budget po para sa bomba or bombs, kasi may mga aerial bombing. Magkano po ang nagastos for 2022, 2023, at kung may proposal po ba for procurement o yung mga nagastos natin para sa bombs?
Kung bombs, aerial weapons po.
Yes, yung mga hinuhulog pa sa mga iba't ibang communities.
Ay, syempre po, kailangan po tayong bumili nun. Talaga, part of our war reserve po yan.
From the minority, the chair now recognizes Representative Joseph Stephen Caraps Paduano.
Thank you, Madam Chair, my kababayan in Negros. Secretary, good morning po. Last time we met during the campaign. Anyway, Anyway, Mr. Secretary, you have mentioned about the adjustments with regards to Horizon 1 and Horizon 2 entry. Now, on the onset, ano po yung mga adjustments na gagawin natin in relation to the focus now of the AFP?
Unang-una po, kailangan may stress po tayo sa command and control din, at interoperability ng mga equipment na binili nung araw. Kailangan nag-uusap-usap itong mga to at nagbibigay ng clear picture sa command authorities na makadeside. Pangalawa po, kailangan kung mag-a-acquire tayo ng kagamitan, it will really make a difference, particularly in quantity. For example po, kung bibili po tayo ng 12 fighter, 12 lang, bakit pa? Kailangan at least 30, 40. Look at Taiwan wrong example, other countries, kung bumili ng fighter 70, 80, 90, because it makes a difference. Kung bibili tayo ng, for example, fighter, kailangan meron sufficient munitions and fuel, ito na mag-last ng 30 hanggang 40 dias. Ganon din po sa land-based at saka missile equipment. Sa barko po, of course, higher capability, kaso naglalayag ho yan, kaya hindi gaanong, well, vulnerable sila, pero yung vulnerability nila, hindi kasing vulnerable sa tinatatad ho tayo ng kalaban. So, ganito pong mga horizoning, no? Pangalawa po, doon po sa equipment, kailangan ho ito ay and facility sa basing po, kailangan protektahan po natin ang archipelagic baselines natin. Yun ho ang strategic basing dapat na gawin. For joint use pa, para sa mangingisda, sa Coast Guard, sa Air Force, kesa sa po nagdedepensa tayo ng puso natin. No? Kailangan ho, dahil the 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone is part of the patrimony of the nation, not in ownership, but in sovereign rights, with the exclusive right to explore and exploit the resources. We have to be able to protect the Philippine authorized people who do that. If not, and together with the baselines as staging points, we will fail in our duty if this is penetrated, where we still can. So, and thirdly po, pet project po ni General Bronner ang ating cyber capabilities. Kailangan po i-develop natin not only as a management and control tool, but also as a defensive tool. Not only with the capabilities, but with the people. Yun ho ang pinaka-importante, Congressman Caraps.
Thank you for that answer, Secretary. Anyway, with that adjustments, dapat focus natin is the external threat na. Tama po ba?
Actually, Congressman Caraps, yes and no. Yes, in the fact that the threat may be external, but the operations may be internal. In cognitive warfare, alam nyo naman ho yung strokist na yan, galing ho kayo dyan nung araw. Hindi ko na ho kayo tuturuan. Kaya, alam nyo na, yun
Yes.
nga lang, hindi ho local ang precursor, baka may tigalabas na po.
The state. Madam Chair, ito naman, budget po para sa bomba or bombs, no? Kasi may mga aerial bombing. Magkano po ang nagastos for 2022, 2023, at kung may proposal po ba for procurement o yung mga nagastos natin para sa bombs?
Pong bombs, aerial weapons po.
Yes, yun, yung mga hinuhulog pa sa mga iba't ibang
Ay,
communities.
syempre po, kailangan po tayong bumili nun. Talaga, part of our war reserve po yan.
Yeah, kaya magkano po, Madam Chair, 2022, 2023, at kung may proposal po sa 2024?
Yeah.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, sir, we don't have the exact data right now, no, on the number of piece. We will get back to you if you would allow po.
Kahit po ballpark, Madam Chair, like kasi several instances naman na may mga aerial bombings na kinonduct. So, edi ilan yung ginamit, tas magkano siya per piece?
We'll just submit po, sir. We don't have it right now po. We'll research.
Madam Chair, we will formally request na ma-send sa office natin at copy furnished din po sa committee para makita natin kung justified yung laki ng gastos para dito. How about drones, Madam Chair? Mga recent procurement ng drones, magkano din po yung ginastos?
GHQ should answer that. That's a multi-service endeavor.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, if we will be allowed, we will get back to the honorable congressman with the data.
You may submit to the committee.
Yes, we
General
have
Bronner.
acquired before a lot of it, and it is of great help to us in situational awareness, Madam Chair.
Okay, Madam Chair, pakisabit na lang din po sana ng DND sa office din natin in preparation for the plenary deliberations. Next, Madam Chair, ano po ang basis natin para masabing cleared ang isang barangay from insurgents?
Madam Chair, we have a parameter set by AFP and PNP, but what is more important here is the participation of the local government in declaring that the area is cleared. So it's not only at the security sector that declares it, but also the local officials in that area.
So sino po finally, Madam Chair, yung nagve-verify na ang isang barangay ay yan, wala na yan, cleared na yan? Is it the LGU or the AFP?
Madam Chair, it's the Peace and Order Council of the LGU and the Provincial Peace and Order Council. It's a collaborative effort of all stakeholders of peace in the area.
But Madam Chair, hindi po ba vine-verify din ng AFP ang mga nire-report ng LGU?
Madam Chair, everything goes through a process. It's a very transparent. The LGU through the Peace and Order Council process all this undertaking. AFP and PNP is just part. We're just part of the process.
Madam Chair, tingin natin dapat mas magkaroon ng maayos na verification process ang AFP kasi tingin natin so far napaka-unscientific po ng mga declarations, alin yung cleared, alin yung hindi. Kasi kung hindi naman pala talaga cleared, nagiging source lang siya ng corruption sa LGUs, Madam Chair. For example, meron pong probinsya dineclare na insurgency free noong June 2023. Pero Madam Chair, nagkaroon ng clash doon. Recent lang, September 1. Tapos Madam Chair, knowing how, di ba, maraming documentaries and research na rin naman kung paano yung guerrilla movement sa ating bansa, di ba? They disperse, they regroup, they travel from one place to another. Kaya napakahirap i-qualify, Madam Chair, ano yung cleared, ano yung hindi. Kaya, Madam Chair, kung totoo na yung rebel numbers sa bansa natin are decreasing, actually, hindi na-justified kung magiging excessive yung ating budget na actually magagamit lang para sa repression ng ating mga kababayan, lalo sa mga civilian communities, mga farmers, mga indigenous people. Na Madam Chair, to end, ito na lang po data request in addition sa mga nabanggit kanina. Request po Madam Chair sa listahan ng mga KAFGU. Tapos ano ang guidelines for a barangay to be under the RCSP and guidelines po para ma-qualify ang individual sa balik loob program at maging bahagi ng ICLIP. Ayun, yun na lang Madam Chair. Hopefully they can furnish that to our office. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank
Madam
you,
Chair,
Representative.
The armed forces will comply, but the more important thing is a big budget is needed to sustain a barangay once it's cleared. Because the best way to undermine it is from people outside the barangay or outside another front to come in and wreak havoc to say it's uncleared. That's why we need to keep the presence there for some time and have a whole of government effort to clear areas.